Thanks once again for passing by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed it, felt it was useful. Then let's get into this. So, seems like it's been about 2 weeks now that it was widely reported that Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe was apparently signed. It was almost looking likely to be a done deal with an announcement imminent. Now this is 2 weeks later and we still haven't heard anything. And you start to wonder, is there something going on? Is there a breakdown between the two sides? Are we even going to get to see this fight? Because just based on what I've seen over the years, it is, I'm not going to say it's often what happens, but more often than not, whenever there's a big fight, like a big fight like Wilder Fury, the rematch we had this weekend, you normally tend to see people announce fights. Now, they might not be on that network, but people who are big in the world of boxing will announce their fights. If you think back to when AJ fought Povetkin, I think it was actually on the day he fought Povetkin was when we had Wilder Fury announced the first fight. I think that Canelo was announced fights on certain dates. I know Floyd Mayweather, I'm not going to mention Floyd Mayweather because he'll just do it just to steal someone's thunder, so I don't count him. But a lot of people will announce their fights on big fight weekends. And at this stage now, we are, nearly 2 months off May the 2nd, and we still have not had any announcement on Canelo versus Billy Joe, and we haven't had any announcement on Canelo versus anyone else, to be honest with you. Now, there are two things that strike me. Okay, obviously one, maybe there's obviously a breakdown in communication between the two sides. Maybe Team Saunders, I don't know if this is true, maybe Team Saunders are trying to get a little bit more out of Canelo. At the end of the day, I watched Ade say this and he's spot on. If you really are confident beating Canelo, the money you're getting in the first fight, it's not going to be, pennies at the end of the day. It's going to be more than you ever got. But if you feel like maybe it's short change, if you're that confident about beating him, take the low ball offer. If you beat him, you are getting a serious whack of money in that rematch. If you beat him again, mate, you could retire probably after another 2 fights. So, that's what I'm thinking. It might not be that. There might be some loopholes in the contract. Who knows? I don't know the contract. I'm not privy to them. But you wonder, is their announcement going to be made? The only other thing I'm thinking of is that maybe Canelo thinks, okay, do you know what? I'm going to end up facing Triple G in September. Maybe he wants an easier opponent. Maybe he wants another Rocky Fielding or someone up on that level, just to kind of, get the fight out there, get the win, and then, move it on from there. That could potentially be what it is. I hope not, and I doubt it very much, especially Cinco de Mayo weekend, I think it is, so I doubt it. But it kind of makes you think, because I'm just starting to wonder, what is the hold-up? What's the delay on it? Because Callum Smith, Joe Gallagher, refused an offer. We know that. I suspect there was probably a rehydration clause in it, although Team Smith don't exactly strike me as being, the sharpest tools, in that team. Guys like Joe Gallagher and people like that who advised them, so they don't necessarily strike me as being that sharp, to be honest with you, when it comes to offers and stuff like that. But with Team Billy Joe, you get the impression that they kind of know what they wanted. They wanted this fight for years, both guys in the same network. Billy Joe was a legit title at 168. Yeah, you ask the question, what's the delay? What's the hold-up? I don't want to see Billy Joe versus Canelo. I think it's a good fight. I think Canelo wins, and if I had to make a prediction, I was saying points for Canelo. I'm actually going to stick my neck out and say he stops Billy Joe. I'll say he stops him late, maybe about like rounds 10 to 12, stops him right around then. But I want to see it. I'd like to see it. I'm wondering why we haven't got an announcement yet, because I said 2 months. Some people would say, well, 2 months is plenty of time to promote a fight. Yeah, but we've had announcements for Canelo way earlier. Like, I think when he was announced by his Jacobs, I think it was the end of January when they announced Jacobs. I know with Amir Khan a couple of years ago, that was very early when they announced that fight. It was like early February. So, I'm just asking the question, what's the hold up with this fight? Watch now, this video will get made, and then within a day they'll announce it. This video will be worthless, but I hope it doesn't come to that. But let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. Subscribe, of course, if you are new. Leave a comment down below. You're looking forward to this fight. If it happens, and if it happens, who do you think is going to win? Let me know your thoughts down below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you.